Hashtag lead generation automation script. There's a sales manager sitting at her desk right now, staring at a spreadsheet with hundreds of names on it. She spent the last 3 hours manually copying and pasting email addresses from LinkedIn, typing them into her CRM, and categorizing prospects by industry. It's tedious work. It's also costing her company money, not because of what she's doing, but because of what she's not doing. While she's copying and pasting, she's not actually talking to prospects. She's not building relationships. She's not closing deals. This is the reality for thousands of teams still generating leads the old-fashioned way. But what if I told you that the entire process could happen almost automatically? Not just faster, automatically. And here's the really interesting part. The quality of leads is often better when you use automation because machines don't get tired. They don't skip prospects. They don't play favorites. They work 24 hours a day. Lead generation automation is fundamentally changing how businesses find and qualify potential customers. And I'm not just talking about sending emails to a list you bought online. I'm talking about a complete reimagining of how leads enter your pipeline in the first place. Let's start with what most people think lead generation automation is. They imagine some robot spamming thousands of people with irrelevant messages, right? That's the old fear. That's also not what we're talking about here. Modern lead generation automation is actually the opposite. It's precise, targeted, and surprisingly ethical when done correctly. It works by identifying people who fit your ideal customer profile, gathering information about them automatically, and then qualifying them before a human even has to look at them. Think about this scenario for a moment. A software company sells project management tools specifically to marketing agencies. In the old system, they'd hire someone to spend hours on LinkedIn, searching for agency owners, manually sending connection requests, and following up with generic messages. Sometimes they'd get responses. Often they wouldn't. And when they did, the prospect might not even be in a position to buy. Now imagine if that entire first phase happened automatically. An AI system searches for people matching specific criteria, job titles, company size, industry, location, technology stack they're using. It pulls their information from public sources. It scores them based on how well they match your ideal customer. It even starts with a personalized first message before a human sales rep ever touches it. By the time someone on the sales team gets involved, you're not starting from scratch. You're starting with someone who's already been partially vetted. The companies doing this right are seeing dramatic shifts in their sales metrics. And not just in volume. In quality, the conversion rates go up. The sales cycle gets shorter. The cost per acquisition drops. Why? Because you're being so precise with who you target that you're reaching the right people at the right time with the right message. No noise, just signal. Here's where it gets really interesting. The automation doesn't stop at lead identification. It can include qualification automation. This is where things get genuinely transformative. Imagine a potential customer fills out a form on your website. Normally, someone would have to manually review it, check if they're qualified, and send them to the right sales rep or nurture sequence. With automation, this happens in seconds. An AI system evaluates their answers against your qualification criteria. It looks at their company size, budget indicators, timeline, and current needs. It immediately routes them to the right person or puts them in the right nurture track. One manufacturing company I learned about implemented this and cut their sales qualification time from 2 days to about 40 seconds. 2 days to 40 seconds. Think about what that means. They could respond to leads while they were still hot. When someone fills out your form on a Monday morning, they're probably expecting a response that same day or the next morning at the latest. If they have to wait 2 days, the moment of interest has passed. They've probably looked at 3 other competitors by then. The automation extends even further into data enrichment. When you capture a new lead, there's usually important information you need to know about their company. Size, revenue, funding status, growth rate, technologies they're using. Normally, this requires manual research, which is time-consuming and error-prone. Automation pulls this data from multiple sources instantaneously. A new prospect comes in, and within moments, your sales team has a rich profile showing everything relevant about who they're about to talk to. But here's the challenge that most people don't anticipate. The automation creates volume. Lots of volume. More leads than your sales team probably expected. And suddenly you realize that your bottleneck isn't finding leads anymore. It's processing them. Your sales team gets overwhelmed. That's actually a good problem to have, but it's still a problem if you're not prepared for it. This is where the next layer of automation becomes critical. You need systematic lead nurturing. Not just one email sent after someone fills out a form. Not even a basic drip campaign. Real nurturing sequences that adapt based on how prospects engage with your content. Someone opens your email but doesn't click? They get one message. Someone clicks but doesn't download the resource? They get something different. Someone watches your video for 2 minutes then leaves? The system knows that too, and it adjusts accordingly. If you're exploring how to build your first automated lead generation system, the good news is that the tools available now are more accessible than ever. The technology that was only available to enterprise companies 5 years ago is now available to solopreneurs and small teams. If you're interested in actually implementing these systems, subscribing would help because we cover specific tools and case studies on how teams are building their first automation workflows. The landscape is changing so fast that the strategies that worked 6 months ago are already being replaced by more effective approaches. Let me walk you through what an actual lead generation automation workflow looks like. It starts with targeting. Where are your ideal customers hanging out? LinkedIn, industry directories, review sites, competitor customer lists? The first step is defining those sources. Then, depending on the platform, you set up rules. On LinkedIn, that might be searching for people with specific job titles, companies, industries, and company sizes. On industry directories, it might be scraping companies that match your criteria. Once you've defined your targets, the next phase is outreach. This is where most companies still operate manually, but automation changes everything. You can set up automated connection requests with personalized notes, automated email sequences, automated social media engagement, even automated phone number lookup and calling systems. Now here's what makes this ethical and effective: personalization. The best automated outreach isn't templated. It's parameterized. Every message includes specific details about the person or company being contacted. Their company name, their industry, a recent achievement or news about their business, a specific product or service that would be relevant to them. The psychological impact of this is huge. When someone receives an automated message that still mentions something specific about them, it doesn't feel like spam. It feels like someone actually took the time to research them. The response rates on truly personalized automated outreach are often 5 to 10 times higher than generic messages. Let me give you a concrete example. A B2B SaaS company selling analytics software started using lead generation automation with LinkedIn. They were previously hiring freelancers to send 30 connection requests per day with generic messages. Response rate was about 3%. They switched to an automated system that sent 800 automated connection requests per day, but highly personalized each one, pulling information about the prospect's industry and company from public data. Response rate jumped to 18%. 800 prospects per day, 18% response rate, all automated. But here's what happened next that most people don't anticipate. The team couldn't handle that volume of actual conversations. 18% of 800 is 144 people per day wanting to talk. So they implemented chatbot qualification on top of the system. Simple questions. What's your current situation? What's your timeline? What's your budget range? The chatbot would gather this basic information and either immediately qualify or disqualify the lead, or, if they looked promising but needed more investigation, would flag them for human follow-up. This is the beautiful part of modern automation. It's not replacing salespeople. It's freeing them to do what they're actually good at: building relationships and closing deals. Instead of spending time on research and basic qualification, they're spending time on conversations with qualified prospects. Now let's talk about the different approaches, because there's no one-size-fits-all solution here. Some companies build their automation using no-code platforms. Tools like Zapier, Make, or Outbound connect different software together, letting you create workflows without writing any code. You set up triggers and actions. When X happens in platform A, automatically do Y in platform B. It's surprisingly powerful, and it requires no technical skill. Other companies use dedicated lead generation automation platforms. These are tools specifically built for outreach at scale. They handle LinkedIn outreach, email finding, email sending, tracking engagement, and lead scoring all in one place. They're more specialized, which often means better results, but they also require integration with your CRM and your existing sales process. Still, other companies, especially larger ones with technical resources, build custom automation. They use APIs to connect to LinkedIn, email providers, CRMs, and data enrichment services. They write code that orchestrates the entire process exactly how they want it. It requires more upfront investment, but it gives them total control and can be optimized specifically for their business model. The results speak for themselves across all these approaches. One e-commerce software company automated their lead generation and went from 40 leads per month to 400 leads per month using basically the same team. They didn't hire more people. They just eliminated the time spent on manual lead research and data entry. Another company, a management consulting firm, implemented lead scoring automation and decreased their sales cycle from 90 days to 45 days because they were prioritizing the hottest leads and not letting warm prospects fall through the cracks. Here's something else that people often miss about lead generation automation. It creates incredible data. When you're systematically reaching out to hundreds or thousands of people, you start to see patterns. Which industries respond best? Which job titles? Which company sizes? Which messaging resonates? What time of day do people respond most? What subject lines generate the highest open rates? This data is gold. You can use it to continuously improve your outreach, and that improvement compounds over time. One sales team we know about started with a 30% response rate on their automated outreach. They analyzed their data, changed their subject lines based on what was working, adjusted their messaging, and retested. Within 3 months, their response rate was up to 52%. They didn't change their volume. They didn't hire anyone. They just got smarter about their approach based on data their automation was generating. The biggest mistake companies make with lead generation automation is thinking of it as a one-time setup. You set it up, turn it on, and then ignore it. That's a recipe for declining results. Lead generation automation requires constant attention and optimization. Are your response rates declining? That might mean your list is getting stale or your messaging is getting tired. Are your response rates good, but your conversion rate is dropping? That might mean your qualification process is letting through too many unqualified prospects. Are leads going cold before salespeople follow up? That might mean your nurture sequences need to be more engaging. The companies that see the best long-term results treat lead generation automation like an ongoing experiment. They track metrics obsessively. They test changes systematically. They share learnings across their team. When something works, they do more of it. When something stops working, they investigate why and change it. Let me address the elephant in the room, though. People worry about automation killing the personal touch in sales. And honestly, that's a valid concern if you do it wrong. But done right, automation actually improves the personal touch. Here's why. When your sales team isn't spending hours on research and qualification, they have more time for actual relationship building with prospects who are genuinely interested. They can spend time understanding the prospect's business, asking thoughtful questions, and crafting custom solutions. That's way more personal than if they were running through a checklist of leads they're not even sure are qualified. The future of lead generation is automation combined with human expertise. The machine handles the parts that should be automated: volume, consistency, 24-hour availability, data collection, and basic qualification. The human handles the parts that require judgment, creativity, and relationship building. When you combine those two things, you get something neither can do alone. Which of these automation approaches would make the biggest difference in your business right now? Let me know in the comments. I'm genuinely curious whether you're struggling more with lead volume, lead quality, or follow-up consistency, because each of those challenges points to a slightly different automation strategy. And if you know anyone on a sales team that's still manually copying and pasting email addresses into their CRM, do them a favor and share this with them, because that's literally time and money they're leaving on the table every single day.